All right, I'm going to read a little bit from my book, Rise, Believe, Become. And, maybe take a few minutes, have pen and paper, but really listen. And if this feels personal, it's meant to. Chapter 15, It's Your Turn, Passing the Torch. When I set out to write this book, I thought I was telling my story. But as I wrote it, I realized this was never just about me. It's about you. Yes, you, the person holding these pages. You might feel stuck. You might think you've missed your chance. You might secretly be asking, is there more for me? I wrote this for you because here I am, nearly 60 years old, no college degree, no fancy credentials. I grew up poor, believing that was all life had to offer. I dropped out of high school. The only formal schooling I have beyond a GED is CNA training. On paper, I was never supposed to build the life I have now. And yet here I am, living dreams I never thought possible. So the real question is not, what can Janae do? The real question is, if I can do this, why can't you? The only thing standing between where you are and where you could be is the belief that it's possible. And belief is a choice. Whew. All right. This next part might get a little uncomfortable, and that's okay. The excuse trap. For years, I told myself stories that kept me small. I'm too old. I don't have enough education. I don't have the right connections. My past is too messy. People like me don't get these opportunities. Does any of this sound familiar? Excuses feel safe. They protect us from risk, but they also keep us from growth. At some point, I had to stop rehearsing my limitations and start rehearsing my possibilities. So do you. What's the excuse you've been leaning on? What's the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't? Write it down, stare at it, and then ask yourself, is it true or is it just comfortable? Really think about that, guys. Because here's the truth. You have been stopping yourself all along. And the moment you stop doing that, that's the moment everything begins to change. Seriously, I really want you to take a few minutes and write down the story you keep telling yourself about why you can't. Well, you write it down. And then I really want you to look at it and really think, is that truly your story? Is that really who you're meant to be? Is that really who you're okay with staying? A lot of times we stay where we are because it's comfortable. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable. Well, especially not when you're afraid to grow. And I was there. I was there for so many years. It was easier to stay stuck in a life that did not suit me, in a life that was not meant for me, in a life of survival. It was so much easier to stay stuck there than it was to get uncomfortable. Until it was too uncomfortable to stay there anymore. Because I'd get up every morning and I wouldn't see possibilities. I wouldn't see anything beyond it looking exactly like it did yesterday. I could not enjoy the little things in life very often because I was so stuck. And I so believed there was nothing more out there for me. This was just life. This was just how my life was meant to be. And I guarantee it wasn't. And it's not how your life is supposed to be either. If you are not out there going after your dreams, if you are not out there learning to grow, if you are not out there deciding there is more out there for you, change it. You have that ability. It is in your control. You don't have to stay stuck. I didn't know that for a long time. I didn't know that it was in my control. I didn't know that the best way to change your circumstances is by starting to change your beliefs. When you believe you're stuck, you're stuck. When you believe there's more opportunities, they show up. And I started slowly believing there was more out there for me. I started slowly believing I was meant for more. It didn't happen overnight. It didn't even happen in a year. But in a year, I looked different than it had the year before. And it just kept snowballing. And I kept working so hard at a life that was thriving, not surviving. And I did not imagine me getting here at all. I could not have seen this being my life. And I still have so far to go. But the difference is now I can see that future. The difference is now I no longer believe I'm stuck. I see my value. I see my worth. And I know yours is there too. You just got to look for it. You just got to be willing to get uncomfortable in it. Guys, really think about that question and decide if it still is a story you want to be telling yourself. Is that truly your story? Are you not meant for more? Because I guarantee you are. But the only one who can change it is you. The only one who has the ability to help you become more is you. You have to believe in yourself. And that's hard, I know. But it starts somewhere. So start it today. Know that wherever you are in life, it's not where you're meant to stay. You can be having a great life. I love who I am today. And I say this all the time, but I don't want to be her tomorrow. This is great for today. And I'm going to enjoy the moment while I'm here. But tomorrow, I'm going to be growing and becoming the next version of myself, the next step up, right? I'm going to keep growing because I am not done by any means. I may be 60, but I still got a good portion of my life. And I'm going to make sure it is the best ever. And it's your turn to decide that you deserve that as well. So look at your story and decide that it's not the end. It's just the beginning. And take that story and turn it into a bestseller, right? Turn it into an adventure of a lifetime. Get out there, get uncomfortable. I have a love-hate relationship with getting uncomfortable because every time I do, I get excited because I know it means I'm growing. It means my life is about to change. But there's also a pit in the bottom of my stomach that's like, what the heck are you getting ready to do? Right? Guys, get uncomfortable, get excited, but decide your story. You get to decide. Nobody else does. Decide to make it an epic one. Thank you for spending this time with me and for listening with an open heart and for choosing to invest in your growth today. If this episode spoke to you, I'd love for you to share it with someone who might need the reminder that their dreams still matter. Sometimes one conversation, one message, one moment of encouragement can change everything. And if you want to go deeper, my book, Rise, Believe, Become, was written for the in-between seasons, the moments when you know there's more for you, but you're still finding the courage to take the next step. You can find my book on Amazon, and remember, no matter what phase you're in, your dreams don't expire. Until next time, keep rising.